Every real breakthrough in my life started with a breakdown. In this video, I'll explain why real growth feels like losing and why that's the best indicator that you're on the right path. What is deal, YouTube, man? We back getting another vid. If you're new to this channel, make sure you comment down below and let me know. So today I want to talk about why growth feel like you're losing and why that's a good thing. As you guys may know my story if you watched previous vids, I've been the one drinking, out of control. I've done things like music, content creation, video shoots, losing 9 to 5s, being evicted, also even to the most recent thing, getting hit by a car. And through all of that, I was still self-improvement. I was still working on my business, working on myself. And it just all felt like I was losing. Like no matter how much progress I make, how much time I spent alone, just felt like I was losing because it's just the same thing every day. And when you're building momentum, the momentum just goes like this, it just stacks brick by brick. It doesn't go brick, boom. It goes brick by fucking brick. So it definitely feels like you're losing, especially when you're not seeing the momentum or you're not seeing the results that you wish to see. Growth forces you to outgrow people and patterns. Once I started to actually lock in on this journey, mindset, self-improvement, I start to outgrow people. I start to outgrow patterns. People start to not understand, and they only know that version of you of that specific time frame that they knew you. They don't know this version of you because you've been so much in solitude, isolating, really focusing on becoming the best version of yourself. You locked out of that life. You talking different, you walking different, your physique is different. You might have a little bit more money. You're not indulging in things that you once would indulge in. You might laugh at it, or you might just say, no, I'm okay. But they know that owe you, and you start to outgrow those people and those patterns that you once would do. And that's okay. That is a perfect indicator that you're on the right path. Once you start to outgrow people, and once patterns become different and more in a more positive aspect, that's when you know that you're on the right path. Once I start seeing results in my YouTube, I start seeing results in my physique. I start seeing results just taking interviews about how I talk and the different things I can talk about, and actually being able to talk about the books I have read and the things I have learned. Being able to just come on here and help you guys while also just on my journey and helping myself, talking to my own self. It's different patterns. You can see the way I talk, the way I do my videos of how it changed for me as well. Growth breaks you out of your old identity first. You start to second guess. You start to have that new you become second nature. And sometimes we might fall back a little bit to that old identity, but the more you build that momentum, you're going towards your new and your future self. The more you keep going back, you start going to that old identity. But the more you keep pushing, stacking those wins, checking those boxes off on your habit tracker, doing your daily non-negotiables, you start to break apart that old version of you that you once was and what you're running from. The person you saying fuck you to, who you once was, start to pretty much fade. And the first step to knowing that you're on the right path is, or I would say the second step, is that old identity starts to peel away. And that's how you know that you're on the right path. When you're not even thinking or have the same mindset as your old identity. Even if it's only one thing that you notice, that is the second step to knowing that you're on the right path. Growth requires temporary imbalance. What I mean by that is the good may outweigh the bad might outweigh the good. You're gonna seek unlimited amount of pain. While you're on this growth season, you're in your time of solitude, self-improvement, personal development, improving yourself in every area, it definitely will start to feel like you're losing. You're starting to peel off the bad versions of you, and it kind of hurts. It kind of feels like you're not going in the right path when you are going in the right path. When you start to get that temporary imbalance, when you feel like you should do this or you should do that. Your new self been doing this, but your old self really want to go back to this. It's an imbalance in it, and you gotta be able to have that strong enough mindset to break through and get rid of that bitchness in your mind to push forward to what your new identity will do. That old self will always be there. But the more and the more and the more we show up each and every day, we keep checking off those boxes. You're reading my list of who I am versus who I was, comparing it to and understanding that that's who I was and who I will never be again. And this It's who I am. This is who I'm becoming. This is what I'm running towards. Head at first, fast as fuck, I'm running towards that person. That's why we read those things when these imbalances and we're fighting between our old identity and our new identity. Don't let that old identity win. You gotta let that new identity win each and every day. Every time you show up, that new one winning. Every time you show up, oh, they up one. But every time you fall back to your old habits or your old patterns, that old identity will always win. Growth exposes the truth about you. That hit home really, really, really bad because it exposes that I start to understand the things that really need to be done. It wasn't just about me getting new daily habits. It wasn't about me just making the type of money or building a business or just becoming the best version. Growth really shows you who you really are. Understanding, I had to see that I was being a bad person, no matter how good of a character or this and that I might be or what people say. Behind closed doors, I was a bad person. I didn't treat people how they should be treated. I wasn't treating the janitor like he was a CEO. I was treating the CEO like a CEO, and I was treating the janitor like a janitor. And you're supposed to treat everyone with the same, no matter what, no matter how. I saw that the things that I was doing was fucking terrible. It wasn't only hurting me, it was hurting other people. And if I didn't know that it hurt other people, well, I know now because I got to sit in that and understand why it was what it was, why it happened the way it happened. I got to understand, damn, that was a fucked up situation. I should not have said that. I should not have done that. 10 minutes of me doing that thing messed up a few years of my life because I didn't understand. But I had to learn certain things about myself, whether it's cheating, talking bad about family, talking bad about myself, being sneaky, trying to do stuff and hide stuff, delete. Once on the internet, it's always there. Once on your phone, it pretty much is there. Whatever's in the dark will always come to light, and you gotta know that. So you gotta live up to your standards each and every day. Be a good person. Don't worry about the outside noise distractions. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing. Stick to your morals. Stick to what you know. What feels good. What you know is right. You know right from wrong. I know some things that we don't mean to, or it wasn't in our cards, or we're not even thinking terribly, but things happen and sometimes it's bad. Growth pays later but costs now. You may think, why do I have to go to sleep early? Why am I losing sleep? Why am I working out every day and I'm not losing any pounds right away? I'm not seeing results. Why am I sacrificing going out and being bored when I could just go out? Later, it's going to pay off. That physique is going to be nice. Money is going to be saved in your pocket. Your future self is going to thank you for you sacrificing and you sit and being able to sit with yourself and grow, reaching your full potential. You don't want something that happens fast. Small motion is better than no motion. With this life that we're living in and the journey that we're on and the thing that we're chasing, growth pays us later. These videos may not be getting that many views. It may not do too much of anything, or it might just, but it's gonna pay in the future. To my business, to the millions of people I help, to my kids who may need to hear these talks and see where I came from, the things I had to understand and learn from my mistakes, my sacrifices. See what I've sacrificed for this life that they are now able to have. Growth will pay you later. What we fall to is we think about the result and the outcome and how fast we want it and how much we need it and how much that we're seeing it on social media. We gotta focus on the input. Put more into it and you will get more out of it in return. I've never seen someone work so hard on something that they want and it never pays off. That shit fucking pays off. It's like you're going to work every day. You know, you don't call off if you don't need to. You know, you don't take off. You don't do none of that. At the end of the month, bills gonna be paid. Have a few dollars in your pocket. But if you don't go to work and you skip work to go outside, now your check is short a couple hundred. Now you're behind on rent. You know, like you see where I'm going? Growth pays off in the best way possible. And you gotta want this shit like you wanted to breathe. Like it's your last breath. And you gotta put forth the effort each and every day. Whether you have 100%, whether you have 50. Some days I don't want to record these videos. Some days I don't want to get up at the times I get up, waking up fucking early. Sometimes I don't want to just work on myself. I just want to lay in bed. I just want to watch the fucking shows that come on. That's super entertaining. But I got to do it. I got a bigger why. I got a bigger reason of why I want this and why I should have this. And the fucking person I used to be, I don't want to go back to that person. And I understand that growth will pay later. It's so much evidence out there that will pay you later. Why the fuck won't you get motivated by that shit and keep pushing forward each and every day? Make sure you, so that's it for the video, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all, and I thank you. And thank yourself for this transformation and this journey that you're on. Until next time, peace.